Hello and welcome back to another video. Now, with the recent drop of Test Drive Unlimited's first Solar Club letter on the 1st of March, I thought I'd go over what I hope to see in future letters until the release of this game later this year. Please keep in mind that nothing in this video is confirmed. This is just me throwing my thoughts out there of what I hope to see after what I saw in the first letter, and possibly a couple of guesses of what I think they might put in there. Do feel free at any point to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Whether you agree with what I'm saying or not would be great to hear what you have to say too. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's begin. So let's start by giving a bit of background on these letters, what they are, and kind of what I hope to see overall before I kind of go closer into what I expect to see when and in which ones, and kind of go into some more ideas. So the game itself is supposedly coming out 4th quarter of this year, I believe, according to financial documents from KT, who are the developers of this game. And the first one of these letters came out on the 1st of March, where they basically gave their first information drop for a while, and they promised that there'd be another one of these each month until the release of the game, I believe. Now that means, in theory, we could have up to 9 more information drops similar to this first one in the run-up to the game's launch if it comes out as late as December, which is the latest it should be, and I think that is a possibility that it will in fact be that late. Like I said, according to financial documents, I believe at the moment the best estimate is 4th quarter, so the December month is the latest it should be, basically, unless it's delayed again, of course. And we have already been told that these letters will be made up of 4 different things: screenshots and exclusive concept art, gameplay details, live gaming sessions with the developers, and information on testing phases. So for simplicity, let's kind of split this in half and assume the first half of the drops will be screenshots and gameplay details, a bit like the one we saw before, where they kind of gave us a load of stuff to read through on workshops and dealerships in this one, for example, and also gave us some screenshots to go along with them. So if we assume they'll be like that, the first half of them, along a theme like this one is on dealerships and workshops, I'll go into what I think those will be in a minute, but that would mean 4 more months similar to what we saw in March, and then 5 months of gameplay and testing information, which seems plausible at least. So that's the best way I'm going to hope it's split up at the moment. So yeah, it'd be great to see gameplay and testing coming along in 4 months' time. It may be later, I really don't know. So then, what would I hope to see in the first 4 letters, or the next 4 letters, similar to the first reveal, with more screenshots and information? Of course, the biggest thing we haven't heard much about, and I think you already know what I'm going to say here, is houses. I may just be being hopeful here, but as it's the only really important big part of Test Drive's unique selling point that hasn't been mentioned yet, I would hope to have this confirmed in the next one, if it's going to be a feature, which it really has to be to keep TDU's unique selling point, really. Otherwise it's just like all the other open world games, apart from the dealerships and stuff as well. But the houses were a massive part of it, basically. So if they are going to be in there, I would hope to have this confirmed really soon. We did also get a very tiny teaser of an estate agent office in a screenshot a long time ago, don't forget. So they've kind of been teased, but nothing's been confirmed yet. So I would really hope that would be what they focus on in the next info drop. So I'm going to guess at this being the next one in April, probably also on the 1st, although let's be honest, that's not a great day to release some information if you want to be taken seriously. But anyway, I would hope to hear some more about houses in the next information drop. Then maybe after that a letter on the non-car related locations in May, things like clothing shops, barbers, the plastic surgeon, even if any of these are going to return, or the car washes, although I think those are quite unlikely. But I think the May info drop might tell us some more of these other kind of lifestyle elements that make a Test Drive Unlimited game a Test Drive Unlimited game, including of course the casino, which we've seen kind of glimpses of chips and things, but not of the casino itself in trailers before. So I think that one would be something to kind of show off, and if they do something around the other lifestyle elements of the game as well. So maybe in May we'll see more of the casino, some of the clubhouses, if there's going to be clubhouses, and some of those other lifestyle elements of the game, which would follow on nicely from houses if we got houses in April. So if we got dealerships and workshops in the first drop, then houses, then other lifestyle elements, that would be fantastic. Obviously I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but these are the kind of details I would expect them to be telling us if they are going to be in the game in the next few drops. That's what I hope for in the next couple of information drops at least. Then maybe after that we get more detailed info or focus in a bit more on some of these elements, or maybe show off things like the garage interiors inside the houses, showing you how you're going to be storing and enjoying your cars. Because that was a big element of it, was kind of how the garage was set up, and you would walk in and you could look at your cars and arrange them and everything. So maybe a few screenshots of that would be good to see after the next couple of them. Or a full list of dealerships that are going to be in the game. I believe they confirmed there were going to be 14 in the first newsletter, so a list of what those 14 dealerships are going to be would be really cool. Or maybe even the confirmation of something like bikes, if they are going to be returning. That might be a stretch, that one, but still. Just like they kind of threw the classic car dealer in this most recent one, it would be cool for them to drop something like that that's kind of unexpected. But don't forget they developed, I believe it's TT Isle of Man racing game, these devs as well, so there is a possibility there'll be bikes in there, but I think it's quite small. But some kind of curveball like that I'd like to see as well. Not necessarily bikes, but just throwing something different out there that none of us expect would be quite fun. Like I say though, I'm just kind of throwing ideas out there at the moment. Do feel free to put what you hope to see as well in the comments, because I'm kind of just rambling on about what I hope to see at the moment. But as long as it's more of the same sort of thing that we saw in March's reveal, and the same amount of information and screenshots, I'll be super happy, and it'll keep me incredibly excited. It was just incredibly exciting to finally have an information drop, and of course for them to confirm that there'll be more coming every month. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, I think, whether we get quite what I think we're going to get in these first few letters or not. Anyway, once the next 4 drops have gone out, hopefully including some of the features and things mentioned so far, what do I think will be an August letter, or later than that? Presumably again on the 1st of August will be the first. Well, I'm hoping that's when we start getting gameplay and things, if it really is going to release later this year. I would expect around that time to start getting that things, hopefully anyway, because it is getting quite close to the potential release window at that point, because it could of course be earlier than December if it's going to be the 4th quarter of this year. Anyway, yeah, I really hope that by then we do get the first letter containing gameplay with the developers, as they said they would be putting in some of these going forwards, and maybe the first mention of testing phases and how we can sign up to take part in these. It might be, I hope at least, that these move maybe to more of a video or stream format so that they can properly show off the gameplay, rather than just giving us a written thing with images. Maybe some live gaming sessions with the developers on stream would be incredibly cool to see at some point closer to the game's released. At some point close to launch, maybe September or October, is when we might hopefully get a full map reveal. I know we already know the location, so we've kind of got a map reveal of Hong Kong, and I know that it's a replica 1-to-1 scale, but it's not going to be perfectly accurate. So seeing actually which roads, because they're going to probably add roads, maybe take some out to try and make it a more playable map. So a full map reveal of how it's actually going to look in-game would be incredible to see closer to the time. And of course, in the couple of months leading up to it, if they are going to be doing testing phases, that's presumably when they would be. I would have thought not before October, because yeah, I don't expect the game to release until November or December, if I'm being honest. But yeah, all of this would be great to see. Like I say, I'm just throwing out ideas out there, what I want to see soon, what I would like to see further down the line, and when I potentially think it'll actually be going to testing and eventually launching, hopefully later this year, like I say, unless it is delayed again. But that's what all the indicators are pointing to at the moment, and given they're going to give this much information out every month, I see no reason why it would be delayed, because otherwise they're going to run out of things to tell us. If there's only, well, if they've got 9 months of these letters to fill with similar amount of content as before, it must mean we're getting closer. So yeah, let's just hope it isn't delayed again, and I hope we hear some more great news in the next Solar Club letter. So there we go, that's what I hope to see in future Solar Club letters. Anything along those lines would be absolutely fantastic. As I say though, it is purely speculation and what I would like to see. Nothing on here is confirmed, so don't take it as such, please. Although it would be interesting to see if any of what I've guessed at turns out to be correct. I can't think it could be too far off, at least the format of maybe the next 4 being similar and then we move into gameplay closer to release. I would at least expect that. And things like houses, I really, really hope they reveal soon. Some things I think are more far-fetched and won't come back. For example, the bikes, I think's a bit of an out-there suggestion. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. You just, like I say, me throwing ideas around. As ever though, do let me know what you think, maybe what you hope to see from the Solar Club letters. Do you agree with anything on this list, or is there something you think I've missed that you'd really like them to drop information on? Do let me know in the comments, and I very much look forward to what's in store in April's letter. But for now, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.